It's such a shame, isn't it? Now, simple moments like maybe cutting your own nails or having a chat, things I guess most of us really take for granted, but for the elderly, they're really often not that straightforward. Despite the city still being in lockdown, Age UK in Leicester has managed to resume some of its vital practical services. And you know, they have a real impact on the quality of people's lives, as Quentin Rayner reports.
Pauline?
Yes?
I'm just going to file your nails for you. Is that okay?
Yes.
For 91-year-old Pauline Thornhill, this is a big step forward. She hasn't been able to see her private chiropodist for 4 months, and her feet and fingernails desperately needed some attention.
One of my toes might go septic or something like that. That's what I was really worried about.
Age UK had started its chiropody service just before lockdown and has only managed to resume it over the last few days from its own buildings.
If they don't get the chiropody, then they end up with problems like what Pauline's got now, where very thick toenails, they curl under, they struggle walking, ingrown toenails, and sometimes they get that bad that they end up in the hospital.
Massive bags of tops on. That's what we done at the end of last year.
Along with shopping and cleaning, gardening is another service on offer. Since injuring her leg, 84-year-old June Grant hasn't been able to tend her pride and joy, so Kevin does instead. But it's much more important than just pruning and weeding.
Well, it's having someone to talk to and what have you. And he's also very nice and he knows what he's doing because he enjoys gardening himself. But it's just having the conversation and people being there. It's nice to have a human being around you, kind of thing.
Losing practical help has taken its toll on the elderly.
The anxieties being shared over the phone are very different from the start of COVID. People now are saying they're very depressed, they're very frightened, and also they're extremely lonely because the interaction that they would get with our workers perhaps, and of course their families, is no longer there.
Age UK hopes to offer its chiropody service from its shops over the next few weeks and ultimately in people's homes. Quentin Rayner, BBC East Midlands Today, Leicester.